Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. Well, don't have a question to read today, but I just want to remind you all that if you got any questions, send them into customer service, because I love getting questions, because if something's bothering you, you got questions, you got issues or whatever, I'd like to hear about them, because very likely if you got them, other Sergites have them, and so, as you know, I'd like to really answer those, because it gives us a good direction of and an insight into what is being either misunderstood or not understood, and what's giving people problems. So keep sending those questions in, and so because they're good questions, and hopefully I can give you good answers to those questions, and these dailies help you improve your game. Today I want to talk about posture, and good posture means that the body's in dynamic balance, and therefore should be able to make a well-balanced golf swing. Which a well-balanced golf swing means I'm in balance to start with, and I'm in balance all the way to the end till I recoil or relax and walk out of the shot when I want to walk out. All right. Now, good balance is not truly falling backwards and or whatever, all kinds of other things. All right. Now, normally, sometimes you can see good players who will go with the flow, so to speak. Best example would be Gary Player. How many times you ever saw him on TV back when he was playing a lot? He would hit a shot and he would just walk right through it with the ball. Mostly only with longer golf clubs. And I think in his case, he was. We know how fit Mr. Player is, and I mean, you just don't get more fit than him. I mean, he was the first really great golf player, golf professional, who really got into fitness. All right, we know that fitness is a really big thing now, and it's a smart way to go to be fit. All right, and because better you are, the more fit you are, the more strength you have, the more your muscles are all working together, and they're all equally strong, and can support the movements that you're going to make. The better off you are, and it helps avoid injury. But per se, balance is critical. And a well-balanced golf swing is one in which, as I said, you get to your finish, you recoil and relax, and then you walk out. All right, you are in control. I'm a swing the club does not swing me. Now we know that as we get older, and the majority of Sergites, a high degree of Sergites, are senior golfers. But this goes for everybody from little kids that are taking up golf to all the way to 90-year-old plus seniors. Okay. We have to have really good balance, at least without a doubt, from takeaway to impact, and the club starting through at least slightly into the forward mitt, so that the ball is well struck. Because we know the ball is only on the club 1/2 of 1,000th of a second. That's 0.0005. So once I've struck that ball, if I lose my balance a little bit, if I was in good balance to that moment of impact and slightly beyond, I shouldn't have a problem. But the thing is if you're starting to lose your balance, then the problems can come if you're at the point now where something's going wrong in your setup and in your swing, that now that loss of balance can start happening before impact. Then you got problems. So even a loss of balance after impact should be cause for concern. Okay, and so you want to take it as much as you can all the way to your finish. I think the biggest thing is that, and it's really been one of my problems, that's why I want to talk about it, is maintaining my posture to impact. And by that I mean, we know that good posture is in what I call, as you know, I call it the athletically ready position, okay? So when I'm addressing a golf ball, we get into that athletically ready position. It's like playing baseball out in the field, or a tennis player waiting for the serve, the quarterback getting the snap. That and I've described that good posture is, I had a 4-step way to do it years ago, and this is in the manual if you want to read it, but I think the easiest way is to just go down. When a player runs out to the field, or a tennis player's on the line, and you see him bouncing around, and then all of a sudden the server is getting ready to serve to that player, what do? They get down like this, they're ready, because from here you can go any which way you want. And I call that the accordion effect, because you notice the knees and the shoulders go down together and it squeezes out the hips. And that means that depending on how far you go down, the hips go out farther. All right, so on a big downhill lie, like if I was hitting this ball way down here, remember this is a slightly downhill stroke, I can get down here, and if I were to go down to the ball like this, where's my weight tumbling right now? If I just go shoulders first, my weight's tumbling towards my toes. You can see the heels coming off the ground. I would have trouble hitting that ball and falling forward. But I could stand here, and I could put a ball down here, and stand here, and notice how much more I'm going down let's say I even choke up on it, go down more. I can still go down to here and still make a balanced golf swing and hit a golf ball. All right? And still hit a golf ball very good from this position, because why? I'm balanced. Normally I'd be there, now I'm going down to there. All right? So the more my knees bend and my shoulders at the same time, the more it squeezes out my hips to give me balance. This is the key to downhill and uphill lies. Because uphill I'd be up like this, I wouldn't have as much bend. And so if I didn't have as much bend in my knees and my shoulders going down, my hips won't get squeezed out as much. That's why I call it the accordion effect. So I can still come in here and I go down together. All right? And sometimes that'll affect that much as to how much you go through the ball, because again, if I were to really, push off and swing up as I normally do, I'd very likely fall that way. So that's why I hung back there just a fraction longer. All right? But the key is, good posture means that when you kind of, so to speak, push your hips out, you should have a little bit of curvature at the base of your spine here where your belt would be. If you have your slacks up above, on your hips, where your belt's on top of your hips up here, you should have that little bit of curvature there. And that's the key, is to maintain that curvature, especially when you've got regular, normal, relatively flat lies. And I think as we get older, especially if we're playing a lot of golf and you've done some work and you go out to play and you've been doing some work around the house or the yard or whatever, and your job, and your back is a little sore or achy or whatever, it's very easy to swing a golf club and on the way down lose that hips out. And if you lose the hips out, the knees are collapsing into the ball. Sometimes that can happen because somebody's trying to put more knee. They get the idea, I need to get more legs into the shot or whatever. And when you start doing that's going to open up the old hosel rockets, okay? And I had that problem. I have to really work diligently on keeping my feet, my weight into my arches, staying put, and keeping and maintaining my posture when I swing all the way to impact. Because if you start coming down and this starts going this way, you lose your hips in this way, your knees are going in that way, and again you're gonna bring out a lot of heel shots, can get the hosel rockets, fall out of the shot, get a lot of thins that can go anywhere. All right, so we have to get in that good posture and maintain it. And the key is to make sure that you keep that curvature at the base of your back. Now, some people say, yeah, but I feel a lot of tension there. Just remember this. If you have it at address, you won't have it at impact, meaning it might feel a little bit tense, but once you hit it and everything just releases forward, there's not going to be stress there. All right? But the key is to maintain it to impact so that you can, when you maintain that, you're going to keep what? All these angles are not going to change to impact. Especially the spine angle, the length of your arms, everything will be consistent, and you'll be able to make that nice vertical swing and swing up to the tee finish, recoil and relax and balance. All right, so the big key is to make sure that from takeaway to you have your good setup, the accordion effect has got your hips squeezed out, you feel that curvature at the base of the back, and you maintain that to impact. If you want to hit it solid and straight, that is one of the things that must happen. You have to be in that good posture and maintain an impact, and you'll know you've done that when you can get to a perfect tee finish in balance, recoil and relax, and finish square to your target. Okay? That's it for the search for today on the importance of good posture, maintaining it through impact and even to your finish. And that's how you're going to get really consistent and hitting much more better shots consistently and shoot those lower scores. That's it for today, and I'll be speaking with you all again soon.